everyone. Welcome to Bio 275 Microbiology. I am Dr. Williams, and I'm going to be your instructor this semester. This is just a quick course tour video to help you get acquainted with the course and show you where things are located. So I'm just going to kind of dive in and kind of show you where things are. So you see here we are in the main screen of Blackboard for our course, and you have this top navigation menu. All the course content, of course, is in the content area. Also, you'll see announcements, the gradebook, messages, and so on. You can click those areas to get where you need to go. So let's go ahead and dive into what you see in front of you. You see here, there's a couple of little notes. This is a Scholars of Global Distinction course and a GC Rhino Scholars Honors course, if you so choose. These are optional. So if you are a student who is a member of the Global Distinction group or the Honors program, you have the option to earn credit in those for those things. If you have any questions about that, please let me know. After you scroll down, you can see there's a link to our syllabus. I do have this in another place, but it will take you straight to that syllabus that you might need. What I'll say is, but what we do is when we start here, go ahead and click that start here area on day one, and you'll see that there are several tasks to get through as we start up in this course. So you'll see that syllabus link is posted here, the course schedule and course map as well, a little bit of information about myself. But your first task is task number 4, which is the course entry quiz. That is going to secure you a seat in this class. It is due by June 11th, so please make sure to have that done before that deadline. If you do not complete the course entry quiz, there are two things. One, you will not be able to stay in the course, and you will be removed by Gaston College. And again, that's not a policy I make. That is a state of North Carolina policy that we must follow. And also, you can't see anything else in the course until you complete this course entry quiz. So it is very important that you go in and take this. It's just 4 questions, pretty simple. You can take it as many times as you need to earn 100. And then you'll see task 5 course tour video, which you're listening to. There's also an introduction discussion board also due on 6/11. Do make sure that you come in and introduce yourself. I will respond to you. This is just a way for us to get to know each other. I have a lab notice located for you. This is just kind of saying we use virtual labs. You do not have to buy anything. You do have to use online virtual labs as they are linked in our course for you. If you would like to know more about different learning support, you can click in task 8, and that gives you different campus resources, technology support, tutoring, referral, anything that you need from there you'll find in that area. You also have task 10, which is the course orientation module quiz. It is 10 questions, and it kind of helps you go back and look through your syllabus to make sure you are aware of the policies in the course. So do please make sure you take all 3 of those by June 11th. That's the task 4 course entry quiz. The introduction discussion, which is task 6, and task 10, which is the orientation quiz. All of those do count for a grade, so you can take them as many times as you need in order to score 100 on those, and it's very helpful for that. So that's all of the stuff that kind of tells you how to get started in the course, how to get help, different things like that. What you will see is that each of the content area is organized into modules. And then, of course, the final exam module. You'll also see that there's the optional honors project. So I mentioned that when we started this tour. But here's the instructions if you want to complete an honors project. Please note it's 100% optional. You are not required to do that. But I'll just go ahead and give you a tour of one of the modules. So module 1. Of course, we start module 1 the same time we start the orientation module because this is a shortened summer session, 8-week class. So every module will be structured the same way. You will see a list of your summary of what we're learning in each module and the objectives. So you will see I have some learning outcomes here, learning outcome 1.1. You will see all of these linked throughout the course and what they connect to. So this connects to course outcome number 1, this particular module outcome. You will see that all throughout the course, and that just helps you know what you need to be studying and looking at, and just connects everything that we're doing to all the content and all the material that we're learning. You will then have a module one, and in each module, task and to-do list. So you see each of those there. I do want to caution you a little bit. Module one, and I believe module five, we'll go back and look, are 2 weeks in length each. However, two, three, and four are 1 week each. So you will see that module one has 2 Sunday due dates, whereas module two, for instance, and I'll just jump there really quick so you can see that you still have 2 due dates, but it's in the same week. So what you'll have is a Wednesday due date in module two and a Sunday due date. And you'll see that in modules 2, 3, and 4 as well. But if you go through, you'll see all your learning materials are organized. You have the reading, which basically links you to the textbook reading that we have, and it's asking me to log in right now. And that's a free login, but that will take you to chapter 1. I also have all of the learning materials, PowerPoint, lecture videos, all of that all the way through. And you'll see that module 1 covers chapters 1, 2, 3, and 4. And then there's a self-check. That one's completely optional. There's no due date. It doesn't count for or against you. It's just kind of help you gauge to see if you're gathering or learning the information you should from the readings. And then you have a discussion, and each discussion has a prompt and kind of tells you what we will be discussing during that module. There are 2 due dates for every discussion. Your initial post, module 1, it will be due Sunday the 14th, and then 2 responses to fellow classmates, which will be due on Sunday the 21st. The only difference is in modules 2, 3, and 4, you will see that the initial post will be due on Wednesdays, and the responses will be due Sunday just because of the shortened length of the course. The next thing that you have is a global connections activity for module 1. This is only in module 1 and module 3. And so these are just activities to help us learn a little bit more about advances in microbiology and epidemiology and things like that. So this first one's a historical timeline. You also have a homework for each module. You also have these labs. You heard me mention at the beginning about virtual labs. These are all located here, as you can see. I'm just going to click in Lab 1A, bacterial sampling, which is our first lab that we complete. You will see that there is a link to the virtual lab here. It says bacterial sampling. If you click on it, it will take you to a virtual lab that you can kind of see here. I also have some other videos to help you with how we take samples of bacterial samples in the lab or in the environment. So those, just make sure you go through each step. You will see sometimes it will say you will need to take screenshots. So make sure you read to see what screenshots you need. For instance, module or lab 1A requires 2 screenshots, a screenshot of raw milk on the Petri film, and 2, your sample results between pasteurized and raw milk. Those you will get by completing the virtual lab. You will have questions, which will be, if you scroll below, you'll see the questions, and 2 of the questions ask you to upload the screenshot for you doing that virtual lab. And you'll see each virtual lab is set up the same way. Lab 1B, you'll see that there's actually several screenshots, 5 to be exact, and it'll tell you which link you need those. There are 2 links for the lab microscope. You can kind of see that first link here, and then the second link down here. So make sure you're following those instructions. Then there's always a quiz. So each module will have a quiz for you and questions associated with that. So each module's laid out very similarly to one another. You'll see as we go down module 2, you'll see each of those categories listed there. But again, modules 2, 3, and 4 are only 1 week in length due to our shortened semester. When you get back into module 5, you have 2 weeks again. Also, you have a final exam module, which will be due on August 5th. It will open on August 1st. I cannot open that any earlier. It's August 1st at 6 p.m. So make sure that you are planning and studying for that as well. So you can see how those modules are laid out. You can also come in, there's coming back up to this navigation bar, there's the announcements. That is very important because I post any information about what we're learning, if there's any changes to the course, reminders about due dates, all of that will be located there. Another thing that I want to mention up here is the message area. So the messages, this is my preferred method of contact. So you can create a message and click here. My second preferred method would be email. So first is Blackboard Messages, and that's because I definitely will get it. And let me explain that a little bit, what I mean by that. Sometimes students will send an email, but they'll use their private account or something instead of their school account, and that gets sent to spam, and I may never see it. And I don't want students to think I'm ignoring, because these things get caught in spam and I don't see it. So if you send it through messages, I will 100% get it. So you will see messages being the most important. You just click do message, you come in and find my name right here. If you want to message a student or anything like that, you can also message them. That's located in that area as well. So that's a little bit of the layout of our course. So if you have any questions, there's also the grade book as well. I'm going to enter student preview just really quick so you can see what that grade book looks like. You should be able to see that in yours as well. And you'll see that everything in here is laid out for you. So all of the items in the grade book are here, and you can kind of see how those are. Everything like the final exam, because it's not available for you to take yet. So that will pop in once it's available. If you have any questions, please reach out. Let me know. I'm always happy to help. And I hope everybody has a great start to the semester, and I hope everyone has a wonderful day.